guys, Jody here, and welcome back to my channel. So if you're new here, hi, I'm Jody, and I love the arts. And on my channel, I mostly talk about books, television, and theater. So if you like any of those things, be sure to stick around, because I'm certainly going to be talking about one of those things today. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about books, more specifically, what book I'm currently reading and what books I hope to read this summer. My summer TBR, if you will. So without any further ado, let's get on to today's video. So if you follow my channel, you may remember how I talked about in May, I was being a bit indecisive on what I wanted to read for May. I kept kind of flip-flopping between wanting to read a book and then not wanting to read it. And then the cycle continued with every book I read. So I read a few chapters on each of the books I tried to read in May. And the book I ended up deciding to stick with was a book called Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alexis Feeney. So yeah, I started reading this in May. I probably read the first few chapters about 5 times. I found myself in a bit of a reading slump where I would read one week and then not pick up the book and then feel like I should reread what I read, and it kind of was like that for most of May. And then it wasn't until the beginning of June where I really started to get into reading again. And yeah, now I'm on page 250. I only have about 40 pages or so to go. And yeah, I mean, I didn't finish the book completely yet, but I have had a great time reading this, and I would recommend this book if you like really good mystery thrillers. So when I'm done reading this book, I'm definitely going to write a spoiler-free review on my blog, and then after I'm done writing my review for my blog, I'll make a video on this channel where I review this book as well, spoiler-free, of course, because I don't know about you, but I don't like spoilers, and I have to imagine not many others do. So yeah, all spoiler-free, but it's a really great read, and yeah, I understand why everyone on BookTube absolutely loved this book. So yeah, this is what I'm currently reading at the moment. And hopefully I will finish this before June is over. And I think I'm going to reach that goal. So I actually read something in June, unlike May, because I was in a reading slump. Okay, so now, as far as what I want to read this summer, I've been reading, I would say Rock, Paper, Scissors is my 5th book that I've read this year. And yeah, with the exception of one book, I've read primarily mystery thrillers. I think after I read The Housemaid, I was kind of in a mood to read more mystery thrillers. I haven't really read a lot in the last few years, so I'm making up for lost time, and I forgot how good mystery thrillers can be. So, I'm only going to be talking about 2 books here today on my summer TBR, primarily because I'm a mood reader, and I'm usually not able to stick to a TBR. But I watch a lot of BookTube channels where people talk about their TBRs and books they hope to read, and I always like those videos, so I thought maybe it'd be fun to make one of my own, a TBR. I think I'm going to stick to this TBR, primarily because I only picked 2 books, and these are books I'm really hoping to read this summer, so I think I might be able to stick to this TBR. I guess time will tell, though. Okay, so the first book I'm going to be talking about is a book I discovered from BookTube last summer. It was a book that I kind of heard everyone talking about, and it actually has the word summer in the title, so it is a perfect time to read this book. And that is a book called The Summer of Broken Rules. Now, I've heard so many people talk about this book and love it, and like I said, it has the word summer in the title, a gorgeous cover as well. And I don't know much about the book, but I'm thinking it's probably taking place in the summer, and it'd be fun to read a summer book in the summer. So that was my reason for wanting to pick this up. Plus, I think the author recently wrote another book that maybe takes place in the wintertime, so it'd be fun to read this in the summer and then read that book in the wintertime as well. Yeah, okay. So the next book I'm going to be talking about is a book called Saint X. Now, I never heard about this book, but until I was looking, I'm always on the lookout for books being adapted, and I heard this was a book going to be adapted into a Hulu series. So yeah, that's, my interest in wanting to read this book was like now there, because I love books that are going to be adapted. It gets you into reading again, and then you get to watch a different form of the story, on a television show or a stage show or a movie. So yeah, I think I'm actually going to read this next before the Summer of Broken Rules, primarily because recently on Hulu, I think in May, Hulu took a lot of their programs off their channel. Not just like shows like from other networks, but actual shows that were made for Hulu. Like Conversations with Friends is a book that was adapted into a Hulu series, I believe in April of 2022. And I'm a mood reader, and Conversations with Friends is a book I have had for quite a while, but I haven't been in the mood to read it. But after I read it, I was looking forward to watching the show. I'm guessing at this point, unless it goes on to a different streaming service, I'm probably going to have to get it on Amazon. So I don't know how Hulu goes about, I guess, deciding which shows they're going to take off their channel. So I didn't want to take any chances with this book adaptation. So yeah, that was kind of my main motivation for wanting to read this book now and then watch the show while it's still on Hulu. I don't know if it's going to be taken off Hulu, but I don't want to take any chances. So, like I did with Conversations with Friends. So, I mean, the story sounds like, I got it in the general fiction section, but I think it has a mystery thriller-like vibe to it. And I really like the cover. It has like palm trees on it, so also summer vibes. And yeah, I think the show stars Alicia from Fear the Walking Dead, a show I really like, but I fell behind on a few seasons ago. Another show Hulu has recently taken off, so I'm not sure I'm going to finish that show now. But yeah, I'm looking forward to reading this. I have never read anything by this author before, but yeah, looking forward to reading this and then watching the book adaptation on Hulu afterwards. So there are plenty of other books I obviously want to read this summer, but I tend to be a bit of a slow reader because I don't read every day. And when I do read, I usually read maybe about 20 or 30 pages at a time per day. So it takes me about a month to read a book. So even though there's plenty of more books that I want to read this summer, I wanted to be realistic with my TBR and actually maybe have a chance of completing my summer TBR by picking not too many books and picking books that, I'm in the mood to read at this moment in time. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely more. I definitely want to read One of Us is Lying series this summer if I can. I believe the third book in the series is coming out July 25th, so I'm glad I actually waited to read the book series until now, because now I can read all the books one after the other. And I didn't even know there was going to be a third book in that series, so after I read the series, I can watch the show finally. But yeah, that's what I'm currently reading and my summer TBR. And yeah, let me know in the comments what book you're currently reading or what books you hope to read this summer. So that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so very much for watching, and until next time, bye.